Another set of heroes to test. Let's check them out. Hello everyone, this is Shinobi, once again with another Awaken Chaos Era video. So Ace has introduced two more new heroes that we are going to test today and see how useful they are. Of course, we have got Martome. She is a legendary hero and she's a water-based hero. And Onomaros, another epic hero that we got. It's a good thing that we are getting epics as well. But yeah, of course, he's a reskin of Krizax. But his skills are certainly not a reskin of Krizax. Okay, so we will talk about them in detail and we will test them out in various stages within the game. Hey, before we move ahead with the video, let me remind all of my viewers, if you have not already subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, of course, comment on my videos. I would certainly like to hear from you. So let's look at the new heroes in detail. We have got Martome. Yeah, she looks absolutely fabulous. Okay, I like the whip of her. That braided whip looks great. So aesthetically, she's wonderful. Utility wise, I think like she's very useful in Rift of Chaos, especially against Arctic Goliath. But other than that, I do not think she's useful in other places. Possibly in Queen of Tides because she has an ability to remove the positive effect on the boss. But overall, I think like she's really built for Rift of Chaos. So she's got an S tier attack, which is good, but at the lower tier of S tier, basic health, basic defense, very low speed. Okay, even though it's B tier, 99 speed is not something that expected out of attack heroes, especially if you are trying to use them on Rift of Chaos. You need 110 speed minimum. Okay, as far as her skills are concerned, she is a bleed hero, a bleed based hero, and she will help you in getting a lot of damage out of bleeds. So her aura, when a team member applies bleeding, increases the effect duration by 1 round. Awesome. When an ally applies bleeding with active effect, has 50% chance to launch a joint attack with the basic ability. So obviously, she is going to place bleed and she is going to encourage others to place bleed. No. Others are going to encourage her in placing bleed. Okay, so overall she will ensure that there is lots and lots and lots of bleed that's there on the boss. I wish I could test her on guild boss, but unfortunately these test heroes that have been given to us, we cannot use them on guild boss. So I couldn't test her in guild boss, but she's going to be really good at guild boss if you're using her along with Barclay. So her basic ability, it deals 100% damage to one enemy and applies 1 stack of bleeding to them for 2 rounds. If there are no other enemies, additionally applies 1 stack of bleeding for 2 rounds. So if you're going against someone like Guild Boss or Rift of Chaos where there's only one boss standing in front of you, she's always going to place 1 additional bonus attack whenever she's using her basic attack, right? And her special, again, she's the one who's encouraging more bleeds and damage from bleeds. So on active effect, if the target has more than 6 stack of bleeding, which there will always be if you're using Barclay, Scarlet, and her. Okay, and then she launches a joint bonus attack with Crimson Whip up to 1 time per round. So every round, this special will activate. Okay, and she's also, what does she use as a Crimson Whip? She deals 150% damage to one enemy, removes 1 positive effect on them, and then reduces the ultimate ability's cooldown by 1 turn. So each time she's going to use this Crimson Whip, she's going to reduce her own ultimate ability's cooldown, which is awesome. Okay, what is her ultimate ability? The Fatal Whip. It deals 200% damage to one enemy, applies 2 stacks of bleeding on them for 2 rounds, and detonates all bleeding attacks on them. If there are no other enemies left, the bleeding stacks will not be removed after detonation. So against any single boss, any boss, this is going to be tremendously powerful. Okay, as long as she's positive affinity or she's at least neutral affinity. And that's why I said she's going to be really good in Arctic Goliath and she's going to be really good against Guild Boss because she's only going to face one boss and she's not going to remove those stacks. She's going to detonate and deal a lot of damage, and at the same time she's not going to remove those stacks, and these stacks are going to get increased every single time she and her partners are going to attack the boss. A very, very beautifully well built bleed hero. Now let's look at Onomaros. As far as Onomaros is concerned, of course, he is a reskin of Chrysax. I'm not really concerned about his skin. Doesn't matter how he looks. It's another epic hero that we have. Okay, I was a bit confused about his skill. If an enemy doesn't act in their regular turn, that's what it starts with. Why would an enemy not act in their regular turn? The only way you can prevent an enemy from acting in their regular turn is by placing them on freeze or stun. Otherwise, they'll be acting. If you're giving taunt or silence, they're still going to act. So the only way you can do that is by placing freeze and stun. So this guy should be having some skill that allows him to prevent that enemy from taking an action, or you will have to use somebody like Myla or possibly Trista or Edicris in a stun set, or other such heroes who can place stuns on the enemy. So if an enemy doesn't act in their regular turn, he removes one positive effect on them and launches a bonus attack with the basic ability. What does his basic ability do? It freezes the target. So it deals 120% damage to one enemy with 50% chance to apply frozen on them for one turn. Okay, awesome. Then his special. At the end of each round, randomly selects one enemy that hasn't acted in the current round. Okay, so that's random, but he's only doing that for one enemy. And then what does he do? He removes two positive effects on them and deals 150% damage plus true damage equal to 30% of their max health. Awesome. That skill, that special, is really good, and it happens every round. That's what is better. That's what counts, okay? So he's going to deal damage without actually doing anything. Okay, right, so that special is really, really good. I like that special, and his ultimate is also really cool. It deals 120% damage to all enemies with 60% chance to apply frozen on them for one turn, and if the enemy's health is below 50%, has 100% chance to apply frozen that cannot be resisted for one turn. So a really well built hero, but unfortunately I think he's going to be used more in Arena and in Void Tower. I don't think he's useful anywhere else other than that, because you can't freeze bosses. So obviously in dungeons he's not going to be really useful, and all bosses are anyhow going to take a turn because you can't freeze or stun them or taunt them. So they're going to anyhow act. So his skills are not going to be used there except in Void Tower and in Arena. So let's go ahead and check out Martome in Rift of Chaos. In Arctic Goliath, I'm using a Jacosta Celestial Cane team with Barclay and Aaron and Martome. So Martome has got a ability, has got the hero leader ability of providing you with additional focus, which is absolutely wonderful. I'm going to lock the skill of my Jacosta so that she and Celestial Cane are not using their ultimate on the same round. Okay, and yeah, you can see how quickly we are able to stack all those bleeds on the boss. Martome is simply wonderful in placing bleeds. I wish she's so much more better than Santis. I wish she was simply Santis had something similar to this one, that she's able to place more than one stack of poison on the boss. But Martome is like, keep on placing these bleeds. As long as she's able to get those runs going on, she's able to absolutely place those bleeds on the boss, which is simply wonderful, which is simply awesome. And I like the skill of Martome. She is able to deal those additional damage on the additional damage on the boss using her bonus ability, and you can see how she exploded the poison, and that dealt how she exploded the bleed, and that dealt such a lot of damage on the boss, and that's her ability. And yeah, of course, I do have Barclay, and Barclay is also dealing additional damage on the boss because of his passive. So yeah, so overall the synergy of Martome and Barclay is really, really wonderful. They both are really built for a bleed team, okay? If you're using both of them, it is simply going to rip apart the boss. And in Rift of Chaos, these two are really, really good. The only drawback of this team is that the gear requirement of this team is really high. Currently, as you can see, I have got some issues with the gearing of the team, right? My team's HP is not really high. My Jacosta is not able to survive floor 2 or stage 2 of this boss. She's not able to survive the single hit of the boss. It's really, really hard for me to gear this team. But other than that, if I'm able to gear my team to the required level of HP and speed, then I'm pretty sure that I'll be able to reach up to stage 5 or 6 in this boss. It's that easy with this kind of a team. It doesn't matter if my Martome died at this stage. She's already done her job. She's already ensured that the boss is almost at the dying stages of his run. So I should be able to finish off this boss without any problem. I'll have enough bleeds from my Barclay, and I'll have enough damage from those bleeds such that I'm able to survive this boss. Not a problem. It'll be there consistently, and I'm pretty sure this run will finish. And this is a much, much faster run than a poison team. A poison team is going to take much longer. It's going to be much slower. And of course, you do require Blackhorn and Hackrin there. In this team, you do need Aaron. If you do not have Aaron, then you can't build this team. Okay, but anyways, let's look at the damage that has been done by them. So you can see that the damage done by Martome and Barclay are comparative. If only I was able to keep my Martome alive for some more time, then she would have outshined Barclay. But overall, their damage are comparative. Both of them are dealing additional damages from their specials and from their aura, and yeah, all those bleeds are going in there and doing the damage on the boss. And the time that is taken to finish this run is also much faster than a poison team. It's only taken 3 minutes. Only 3 minutes is not what I want to hear. I know it's not what you want to hear, but at least it is faster than the rest of the team. So let's test out Onomaros. I need to test him against a slightly tanky team, and that's because I want to ensure that I'm able to see the skill set of Onomaros activating, and if his ultimate and his abilities are activating, it's only then the test would be good enough, right? So we'll just go in, we'll try to whittle down the enemy team to less than 50% health, and then allow Onomaros to do his action to ensure that he goes in and freezes everybody. Unfortunately, he went ahead of my Natalia, which is fine, not a problem. At this time, it's okay. I'll just go ahead and see how well he's going to do on his second round. Okay, he froze Mythacia. That's great. Mythacia's frozen and she's dead. Awesome, that's great. I like that. I like that he was able to freeze Mythacia, even though it's only a 60% chance to do that. And of course, Nicholas also got frozen, which is another good thing. Okay, Nicholas died. Let's see what will happen. Will I be able to go against Zoltan and finish him off? Hopefully. I'm not sure. Nah. I should have gotten Zoltan done much more sooner. But yeah, you can see that he was able to control Nicholas from taking an action. And that's what is really good about him. Let's go ahead that team again once more against that team and see if I can get Zoltan out of the picture as soon as possible. Hopefully. So let's go ahead and check it out. Okay, this time Zoltan was the one who got stunned. And of course, my Natalia went first, but unfortunately, Mythacia was not frozen. If only Mythacia was frozen. If he was frozen, then it would have been much better for me. That crazed Uzag is really crazed, mate. Seriously. He's crazed. Okay. I've still not gotten my Zoltan out. Oh, come on. Get that Zoltan out of the picture. No. That Zoltan is a problem. Without him out of the picture, it's going to be a big, big problem. And since he's not dead, and he's not frozen as well. What is going on? Why am I not able to kill that Zoltan? Let's try it once more. Onomaros is doing his work. He is trying to get him frozen. Okay, the only problem is I need to get Zoltan frozen. Without getting him frozen, it's going to be a problem for me. Come on, Onomaros, you need to freeze Zoltan and Mythesia. That's what it is required. Of course, that's an RNG, it's 60% chance, unless and until they are reduced by 50% HP, I'm not going to be freezing them, and that's the sad part of it. Okay, this time they were all less than 50% HP, and therefore I was able to freeze them. Zoltan got frozen twice, Mythesia got frozen twice. Awesome, Zoltan's dead. That's awesome. This time he worked. All those bonus attacks, he just kept on doing bonus attacks and bonus attacks. Okay, everybody's out. I just need to ensure that Mythesia is not doing her ultimate. If she's doing her ultimate, it's going to be a problem. But then you can see how Onomaros special acted there and whittled down the health of Mythesia. So finally, I was able to beat out that team simply by using Onomaros. That's the ability. I like these two new heroes. They are both really well built. They are very well designed. I like them. There are concerns about, of course, we'll have issues when we are trying to gear them up. The gearing requirements are there. Yeah, we'll have to farm more gear to gear them up, to get them to that standard, to that level. But as far as the design is concerned, their utility is concerned, they are specialist heroes who are specialized in certain areas. Onomaros for Arena, Martome for Rift of Chaos, Arctic Goliath. They are specialists there and they are doing their job very well. The only problem is we need to gear them up to do that job. Other than that, I think these heroes are well built, very good design. Of course, Onomaros is a reskin, but Martome, she looks really cool. Let me know what you think about these heroes. I would like to hear from you. Comment on this video, but certainly subscribe to my channel. Look forward to hear from you soon. Until next time, peace, love, and blessings to all of you. Shinobi out. Bye.